A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a move that has sparked significant debate and concern, the Rwandan government has confirmed its agreement to accept up to 250 migrants and asylum seekers deported from the United States. This initiative is part of President Donald Trump's broader mass deportation strategy, aimed at addressing the issue of undocumented immigration in the U.S. The announcement was made by Yolanda Makolo, a spokesperson for the Rwandan government, who emphasized the country's commitment to reintegration and rehabilitation of displaced individuals. Rwanda now joins South Sudan and Eswatini as the third African nation to enter into such a deal with the U.S. Makolo stated, Rwanda has agreed with the United States to accept up to 250 migrants, in part because nearly every Rwandan family has experienced the hardships of displacement, and our societal values are founded on reintegration and rehabilitation. This sentiment reflects Rwanda's history of conflict and displacement, but it also raises questions about the safety and treatment of those being deported. The Trump administration's approach to immigration has been met with criticism, particularly regarding the human rights implications of sending individuals to countries where they have no personal connections. Critics argue that such actions could potentially expose deported migrants to risks of abuse, given the controversial human rights records of some of the countries involved. Advocates for migrant rights have expressed fears that these deportation agreements turn African nations into dumping grounds for individuals with criminal records or those who are simply seeking a better life. In response to these concerns, Makolo assured that Rwanda would maintain the authority to approve each individual proposed for resettlement. She stated, those approved will be provided with workforce training, healthcare, and accommodation support to jumpstart their lives in Rwanda, giving them the opportunity to contribute to one of the fastest-growing economies in the world over the last decade. This promise of support is intended to alleviate some of the apprehensions surrounding the deportation process. Despite the assurances from Rwanda, the Trump administration's mass deportation campaign has raised significant ethical and legal questions. Many of the individuals targeted for deportation have established lives in the U.S., having integrated into their communities over many years. Critics have pointed out that the infrastructure necessary for such a large-scale deportation initiative is lacking, which could lead to chaotic and inhumane conditions for those involved. The administration's push for rapid deportations has also included negotiations with other countries to accept non-citizen deportees. In the past, agreements with nations such as South Sudan and Eswatini have already been established, with varying degrees of success and acceptance. However, the recent deal with Rwanda follows the cancellation of a similar arrangement with the United Kingdom, which faced significant backlash and legal challenges. As the Trump administration continues to navigate the complexities of immigration policy, the implications of these deportation plans remain a contentious topic. The administration has defended its actions as necessary for national security and immigration control, yet human rights experts warned that such policies risk violating international laws and agreements designed to protect vulnerable populations. In the backdrop of these developments, the political landscape in the U.S. is also shifting. President Trump, having successfully campaigned for re-election in 2024 on a platform focused on expelling undocumented immigrants, is now faced with the challenge of implementing these policies effectively and humanely. The estimated population of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. is around 11 million, and the logistics of deporting such a large number of individuals pose significant challenges. As the situation evolves, it remains to be seen how these deportation agreements will be executed and what impact they will have on the lives of those affected. The international community is watching closely, as the outcomes of these policies could set precedents for future immigration practices not only in the U.S. but globally. The complex interplay of human rights, national security, and humanitarian obligations continues to shape the discourse surrounding immigration and deportation in an increasingly interconnected world. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.